So solution of linear recurrence relation by characteristic, okay, obviously recurrence relation with constant coefficient. We are only stick to the constant coefficient, with constant So solution of recurrence relation with constant coefficient by generating function method. So here for the recurrence relation we will set a function as a solution of this recurrence relation, and this function is called the generating function. So for a sequence, first you have to understand what is the generating function, यानी कि जो फंक्शन सीक्वेंस के टर्म को जनरेट करेगा. सो दैट मीन्स एक फंक्शन जो सीक्वेंस के टर्म से ही प्रोड्यूस होगा, तो वही है जनरेटिंग फंक्शन. सो फॉर ए सीक्वेंस suppose if we take the an, the infinite series a0 first term plus what, a1x plus i2x square plus i3x cube. That means just take the term and put the x term with that, and the degree will be the same as here, the a0 1 2 like that, here the suffix. So here this subscript and the degree of the x both will be same. That means a0 means x to the power 0, a1 means x to the power 1, a2 means x to the power 2, a3 x to the power 3, and it will continue up to infinity term. So that means in the series term you can take it as sum n is equal to 0 to infinity, then a n x to the power what, n. So that series is called the generating function, is called the generating function. And it is generally denoted by g of x, denoted by g of x. So that means here if the gx is given like that, you can build the sequence. If the sequence is given, you can build the generating function. So like if the sequence is given like 3 to the power n, what is the generating function then? If it is the sequence, then what is the term of the sequence? First term is 3 to the power 0 means 1 na, second term is 3, third 3 square, then 3 cube, 3 to the power 4, and it will like that. So your g of x will be, generating function will be, first term is 1, then corresponding to that 3 you will put 1x, corresponding to 3 square you will put x square, corresponding to 3 cube you will put x cube, 3 to the power 4 you will put x to the power 4, and like that. And this series, or simply n is equal to 0 to infinity, that 3 to the power n into x to the power what, n. So that series is the generating series or generating function corresponding to that sequence. Is it clear? Sequence dile series তৈরি করতে পারবে. So if I put this sequence, suppose sequence is 1 1 1 1, like every terms are 1, then what is the series? Generating function, bolo, what is the generating function then? Am I audible?
Yes sir.
বলো যে what is the generating function?
1 plus x plus x square plus x cube এরকম করে যাবে
एकदम, just put it in the coefficient, nothing else. सिर्फ coefficient में put करना है value को. 1, फिर 1 into x, फिर 1 into x square, देन 1 इंटू एक्स क्यूब, हर एक टर्म 1 ही तो है, एक्स क्यूब एक्स टू द पावर 4, यानी कि ये जो सीरीज का जो कोएफिशिएंट है वही सीक्वेंस फॉर्म करेगा और सीक्वेंस जो है वो सीरीज का कोएफिशिएंट में जाएगा, नथिंग एल्स. सो लाइक इफ योर सीक्वेंस इज something 4 into 3 to the power n or 4 into suppose not 3, 7 to the power suppose r, if I give as r, so then here the same thing, your g of x will be the series where r varies from 0 to infinity, then put the general term 4 into 7 to the power r into put 1 x to the power r here. Or if you build the series, so first term is 4 into 7 to the power 0 means 1, then second term is 4 into 7, not it is 4.7, it is 4 into 7, then 4 into 7 square, then term is 4 into 7 cube, then 4 into 7 to the power 4, like that. So just associate 1 with that, associate x with that, associate x square with that term, x cube with that, and x to the power 4 with that term, and in this way prepare the series. So you can take that 4 outside from the series, 4 into first term with x, that means 1, second term with x 7x, third term with 7 square x square plus 7 cube x cube plus dot dot dot. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if the sequence is given, just put the x there, you will get the series. If the series is given, just pick the coefficient and you can build the sequence. So now you need some formulas here to build the sequence from the series. Like suppose if I give this as a problem, that build the generating function is given, gx is given suppose, and given by what? Suppose gx is given by g of x equal to 2 minus x to the power what? Suppose minus 1. Okay. Suppose it is the formula 2 minus x to the power minus 1. So how you can solve it? So since it is a 2 minus x to the power minus 1, or simply if I take a very simple problem, suppose 1 minus, or simply 1 minus suppose 2x to the power minus 1, or in general this expression looks like 1 by 1 minus 2x, na? That is the general expression. So if this gx is given, you can't simply take that 2 or other values from the x. So here you need something, some formulas for the infinite series, so that you can pick that values. So it is 1 minus 2x to the power minus 1. Now if you remember the formula, so formula is what is the formula for 1 minus x to the power minus 1? Can you remember? It is 1 plus x square plus x cube plus infinite series, na? Can you remember the formula?
Yes, sir.
So here if you put the formula, what you will get? So 1, then the term is 2x, then the term is 2 square x square, then it is 2 cube x cube, then it will continue. Now you can pick the values. Now you can pick the values from there. So you can see the series. So the series, the sequence is actually first term is 2 to the power 0, then 2 to the power 1, then 2 to the power 2, then 2 to the power 3. That means if you build the series an, so it will be a 2 to the power n series, na? Is it clear? So you need,
Yes, sir.
you need some formulas to remember to build the sequence from the series. So the series to sequence is actually sequence to series is very easy, but series to the sequence is little bit difficult, and you have to remember, you need to partially factorize the thing. Suppose it is not of 1 minus 2x. Suppose instead of this, if this is g of x equal to 1 by suppose x square minus 3x plus 2, here also the same things. So it means first you have to take it as x minus 2 into what? X minus 1. then you have to partially factorize this. That means 1 by x minus 1, then minus 1 by, so it is x minus 2 and minus 1 by x minus 1. After that it is x minus 2 to the power minus 1 and it is minus 1 by x minus 1 to the power minus 1. After that we don't have this type of formula, we have formulas of 1 minus x to the power minus 1. So you have to take it like that. So take 1 minus 2 common from here. So minus 2 to the power minus 1 you will take it common, and then you will get 1 minus x by 2 to the power minus 1, and here you will get minus 1 to the power minus 1 common, and then you will get 1 minus x to the power minus 1. Okay. So what are the values? So minus 1 to the power minus 1, so it means actually 1 by minus 2 and 1 minus x by 2 to the power minus 1, and it is minus 1 by minus 1 into 1 minus x to the power minus 1. So here you will get minus 1 by 2, 1 minus x by 2 to the power minus 1, and here you will get plus 1 minus x to the power minus 1. Now you can put the formulas. Before that you have to do all these things. So that's why it is a little bit difficult. If the series is given, if the function is given, building the series and then building the sequence behind that. So here now you can put the formulas. So it is minus 1 by 2, and then if you put the formulas it will be sum over, here the value is 1 by 2, that means only x by 2 to the power n is equal to 0 to infinity to the power n. That means first term is 1, second term is x by 2, then x by 2 square, then x by 2 cube, and then plus here you will get n is equal to 0 to infinity only x to the power n. So now you can take 1 minus 1 by 2, n is equal to 0 to infinity 1 by 2 to the power n into x to the power n, plus sum over n is equal to 0 to infinity x to the power n. Then we can merge these two series together like that, n is equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 to the power n plus 1 into x to the power n, and that is the sequence behind that. n is equal to minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 to the power n plus 1. That is the sequence. So for this function, this is the sequence. That means this sequence actually generate that function in the series form. Okay, so that's why we need some formulas to remember, and then you need to know the partial factorization method also in very well, so that you can actually do that math. Okay, so if it is not clear, we will go through this process again and again. So that's why now I am writing some formulas. Some of that formulas you have already notes, not some of, I think all of, just you forgot that thing. So now first formula is 1 minus x to the power, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
1 minus x to the power minus 1 formula is 1 plus x square plus x cube plus up to infinity, na? Or in series form it will be n is equal to 0 to infinity. It will be better to take R form, you have R form, not n form, because sometimes it may be finite series also. So take is R is equal to 0 to infinity, whatever the matter, R or n, same things, and it will be the x to the power R only. If it is 1 plus x to the power minus 1, then you will get the alternate sign, 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus, na? Formula is R is equal to 0 to infinity, only you will get 1 minus 1 to the power R, then x to the power R. So it will build. So that means this series for this generating function, actually series behind is minus 1 to the power r. Here the series is 1 1 1 1 1, sequence is actually, here the sequence 1 1 1, here sequence is minus 1 to the power r. If it is 1 minus x to the power minus 2, then it will be 1 plus 2x plus 3x square plus 4x cube plus dot dot dot. So that means it will be r is equal to 0 to infinity. So corresponding to 0 to first term is 1. That means here we will give r plus 1 into x to the power r. So the second term is when r is 1, it will build 1 plus 1 2 and then x to the power 1. When r is 2, it will be build 2 plus 1 means 3, then x to the power 2. So here the sequence is r plus 1. So corresponding to that generating function, sequence is r plus 1. Then 1 minus x, 1 plus x to the power minus 2, it is of alternate sign, 1 minus 2x plus 3x square minus 4x cube and plus. So it will be r is equal to 0 to infinity, then minus 1 to the power r, r plus 1, x to the power r. Then e to the power x, e to the power x is 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial, and in this way. So it will be r is equal to 0 to infinity, then minus 1 by x to the power r by r factorial, e to the power minus x, 1 minus x plus x square by 2 factorial minus x cube by 3 factorial, it will be an alternative sign. So r is equal to 0 to infinity into minus 1 to the power r, x to the power r by r factorial. Then one more is log of 1 plus x, log of 1 plus x. So log of 1 plus x will be, first term is, so if you put r is equal to 0 is not here, so it will start from the series is sum of r is equal to 1 to infinity, then I think minus 1 to the power r plus 1. So it will make the first term positive, corresponding to 1, first term is positive, and you will get some x to the power r by r, x to the power r by r, because the first term is here actually x. Then you will get minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 minus x to the power 4 by 4 and plus, it will continue. So if it is x, that means the first term corresponding to r is equal to 1, it will be positive, and r 1 and x to the power 1 is 1, then corresponding to 2 it will be negative, and then x to the power 2 by 2, like that. So these are some well known series, infinite series, and you need that to actually generate the functions after solving by using the generating function method. Okay, you have to remember all of these things, there is no method, just remember this. Now we will solve by using it by the generating function method. So now you know how to build the sequence from the function and how to build the function from the sequence.